It's time for another strawberry letter. I know it's about that time, and then anyway, for those of you who are single, you have single friends and all of that, I want you to make sure that you send your friends this particular strawberry letter because I feel like it applies to a lot of you single women out there, and so I want to wrap it all up in your favorite color bow. Stick with me on this one, okay? For my single ladies, all my single ladies, let's go get them. I feel very confused right now. I'll soon be 32 in a couple of months, and I've been single for 9 years now. Within those 9 years, I have dated a couple of guys, one for 6 years and one for 3 years. But the thing is, that's all it's been, just dating. Neither one wanted a committed relationship, and that's what my heart desires. So before the 3-year guy made it to 6 years like the other guy, I broke it off. I refused to give him any more of the years of my life. I've been praying to God to send me a husband, not a boyfriend. So I've been very specific when I pray. I feel like God knows my heart and knows my desires. So what I'm asking you is, the guys that you have approached me lately, I've turned down because they have not been my type, or shall I say the ideal guy that I have prayed for. I say to myself, this can't be God, the one who God has sent for me, because he knows what I prayed for and what I desire. But then sometimes I feel, well, maybe he could have been the one for me, and now he's gone and I shot him down before I could even give him my number. So do you think I should give the guys a chance that approach me, or just keep waiting for the one that I prayed for? Okay, so I'm actually going to start off this particular strawberry letter with a story. Okay, there was a man who was in a house. The house began to flood, and he said, God, I want you to come and save me. And so while the water is flooding into the house, the water is now waist high. The neighbor comes over and asks the man if he needs some help. The man very politely says, no, God's going to come save me. So shoos the man away very nicely, very politely, so the man leaves. So the water continues to flood the man's house. So he goes up to the second story. The neighbor comes by in a life raft. Hey, get on the raft. Your house is flooded. The man says, no, God's going to come save me. Shoos the man away. The water continues to rise. The man goes onto the roof. The National Guard comes by in a helicopter. Hey, you down there. You need some help? Get on the helicopter. The man says, no, I'm good, okay? God's going to come save me. So the water continues to rise, overtakes the house. The man is never seen nor heard from again. So how does that relate to you? I think that you are so focused and so sure of the way your blessing is going to look that you may be overlooking blessings that are right in front of you. So focused on he's going to be 6 foot with a six-pack, making six figures. You're watching all these Disney movies, and you think he's going to be a Prince Charming coming in on a white horse, and you're going to be disappointed if that's what you're looking for. I'm not saying that a good man does not exist. I am not telling you that you should settle, but I'm telling you to be open to who's out there. The most important thing for any woman is the spirit of discernment. The most powerful when you're dating is the spirit of discernment. Lord, show me his intentions. Lord, please, my prayer when I was single, I used to say, Lord, please do not allow me to waste my time. Do not allow me to be with somebody who is not the man that you have sent for me. Let me run into a brick wall. Make it obvious to me, Lord. Make it plain to me. That used to be my prayer whenever I met somebody right off the top. I didn't pray 3 years in. I didn't pray when we was already in love and it was too late. I prayed right off the bat. When you're shaking my hand, God, I'm this man whose hand I'm shaking. If he means me no good, please get him out of my face. Like it was that immediate, because I was determined I was not going to waste good years of my life with somebody who meant me no good, somebody who God did not send. Because God didn't send him, then this is not going to last anyway. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying to continue to meet people and be open. You never know. When I first met my husband, he was just graduated, and he was waiting for his first job opportunity. But this is not a part of my dream. But once I got to know him, oh, you have a 4-year degree. What? You need to get a job? Well, I specialize in resumes and I specialize in interviewing. Let me work with you. Next thing I know, all this, okay? And I'm not saying that to brag. I never talk about money on my show, on my channel, my show. You see that? Speaking it, honey. Anyway, I never talk about that. But my point is that I'm doing all right. And we came a long way. And he just needed a little nudge in the right direction. But that's what you do. When you're in a relationship with somebody, and ideally you would make each other better. I used to worry about everything. And the first thing my husband told me when he met me was I specialize in a stress-free lifestyle. And he calms me. I have changed so much since being with this man. And it's a complimentary thing. It's just like I I always joke with him when I tell him he's like an old house shoe because he's so worn in. Like he's not, you know how you get a pair of pumps and the pumps are tight at first and well, I just gotta loosen them up. I gotta get them where I want them to be. I don't have to throw these pumps away. I just gotta break them in. He's broken in. And I'm broken in for him. And it's just, that's what it's going to be. You're going to want somebody who you compliment, somebody who you fit. Yeah, he may have this flaw, but that might be your strength. Your strength may be his weakness, and his weakness may be your strength. You want to complement each other. He may not necessarily have everything together when you meet, but you should be praying when you first meet him for the spirit of discernment. Lord, if he just needs a little nudge in the right direction. If we're there to compliment each other, if this is the man you have for me, Lord, make that plain to me. Give me a sign. People don't ask often enough for a sign. You just date. And then you wonder why you end up with somebody you wonder why you waste valuable time with somebody. 3 years, 6 years, when did you start praying? When did you start asking God if this was the person that he had for you? When did you ask him? I'm sorry, my camera just started acting crazy. But my point is, I think you should ask God immediately. Like I said, while I was shaking their hand, I used to be like, I hope this one, Lord, if he means me no good, if he is just a pretty face, and he is a pretty face. If that's all he is, get him out of my face. Because pretty faces, they fade. If he just has money, whatever. If he's somebody who's going to verbally, let me tell you, a long time ago, I was going on a date. I was like 16 or 17. And, my father raised my sister and I to be really, really strong-minded women. And I remember I was going on the date. We were at the fair. And the guy who I went on the date with, he was walking so fast that I had to trail him. Now I'm 4'11" and he's like 6 foot or whatever. So I know his strides may be longer. But I felt like I had to walk so fast just to trail him. And I kept thinking to myself, why is he walking so fast? Does he want me to follow behind him like I'm some kind of dog? I had to pull him to the side and say, look, I don't know what you used to, but I don't walk behind nobody. I was young. I was like 16, but my self-esteem was off the hook. I said, I don't know what you used to, but I'm not walking behind nobody. If you're ready to go, then we can go, but I'm not chasing you like that. And the man was like, oh, my bad. I know this guy as an adult. And he has the same kind of mentality. But to me, it was the spirit, and I never talked to him after that, really. It was the spirit of discernment. I really believe that. God let me know early on, this is what you're going to get if you stay with this guy. His personality, he's very alpha male to this day. Very alpha male, very kind of, my castle. And God showed me that at like 16. That was a while ago. Like 2 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. Like 2 years ago. No, it's been a while ago. But God showed me that early. I could have wasted my time. He was nice. He had a lot going on for himself. Blah, blah, blah. But I prayed. I was like, I got a funny vibe about this guy. I don't like the fact that he keeps running off like he wants me to chase him. Like, the vibe I got immediately, I was like, mm-mm. And here I am years later, knowing the same guy, knowing his wife, and looking like, okay, I seen that 16, at the age of 16, I saw that about you. But anyway, I know I'm kind of like blabbering and everything, but I just wanted to make my point clear. I hope I made my point clear to you guys. When you're dating, you should be praying and you should be using your spirit of discernment. Like I said, there is nothing more powerful for a single person than the spirit of discernment. Because the last thing you want to do is waste valuable time with Mr. Wrong while Mr. Right is out there waiting for you. I remember I used to pray for my husband before I even met him, before I knew what he looked like, what he sounded like, anything. I used to pray for him. I used to say, God, the man that you have for me, I pray he's doing okay. I pray that he's healthy. I pray that he's happy. I pray that he's patient, just like I'm being patient. I pray that he's thinking about me. That's the thing that you should be doing when you're single. I mean, I could do a video just about things you should be doing while you're single. But one of the things you should be praying for every single person that you meet. Every time you shake hands with a man, anytime you feel those feelings or he asks you out on a date, Lord, give me a sign right away. You should be praying for your mate, praying that he's strengthened. For so many things. But anyway, I hope I made my point for you guys. I know this is a little bit choppy because I'm making it kind of abbreviated. I kind of feel like a baby's going to cry any second now, which is the life of a mommy. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Before you even ask, yes, I'm so fine with you sharing any of my strawberry letters, motivational videos, anything like that, if you feel it can help somebody else. Like I said in my video a long time ago from the King of New York, don't be getting fat while everybody else is starving. If you learn something, don't just take it and be like, ooh, girl, I'm so glad I learned that. And don't share it with other people who may need it. Don't get fat while the rest of them is starving, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Little Divas.